morning, students. I am Yashpal Rathod, working as Assistant Professor, Department of Chemistry, J.M. Patel College, Bhandara. In today's video lecture, we will discuss the very important point, that is molecular orbital theory. Before going to the molecular orbital theory, why the molecular orbital theory is introduced? Because there are certain limitations in valence bond theory. To overcome these limitations, the valence bond theory was introduced. What are these limitations? Valence bond theory could not explain the formation of coordinate bond. This theory fails to explain the paramagnetic nature of oxygen molecule. Also, valence bond theory does not explain the bonding in electron deficient molecule like diborane, and valence bond theory fails to explain bond order and bond strength. To overcome all these limitations, the new theory is introduced by these two scientists, Robert Mulliken and Friedrich Hund, in 1932. This theory is later on developed by Jones and Coulson. The important postulates of molecular orbital theory is the atomic orbital interact leading to formation of molecular orbital. It means that the new set of atomic orbital interacts and forms the molecular orbitals. The combining atomic orbitals should have proper symmetry and comparable energy. The atomic orbital which is going to mix should have the proper symmetry and comparable energy. The number of molecular orbital form is equal to number of atomic orbital mix. It means that if I mix the two atomic orbitals, then two molecular orbitals should be formed. If I mix 4 atomic orbital, then 4 molecular orbital is formed. Then filling of electrons in molecular orbitals takes place according to Pauli's exclusion principle, understood of maximum multiplicity and above principle. The next point is linear combination of atomic orbital. What is LCAO approximation? When isolated atomic orbitals having comparable energy and their combination is linear, therefore it is called as linear combination of atomic orbitals. According to wave mechanics, an orbital is characterized by wave function psi, and according to LCAO approximation, the wave function of molecular orbital is obtained by either addition or subtraction of wave function of atomic orbital. Now let us consider the two atoms A and B combine to form a molecule AB, and let psi A and psi B are the wave functions of their atomic orbital. These two orbitals can combine in two ways, either by addition overlap. Here this is the resultant wave function. Here by addition overlap, bonding molecular orbital is formed, and by subtraction overlap, anti-bonding molecular orbital is formed. The probability of finding an electron is in an orbital is given by squaring these two equations. After squaring these two equations, we get another two equation, psi square equals to psi square A plus psi square B plus twice psi A into psi B plus and psi square equals to psi square A plus psi square B minus twice psi A into psi B. From this equation it can be interpreted that the probability of finding an electron is more in case of bonding molecular orbital by factor twice psi A into psi B, whereas less in case of anti-bonding molecular orbital by factor minus twice psi A into psi B. It means that the bonding molecular orbitals have less energy than corresponding atomic orbitals, and anti-bonding molecular orbital have more energy than corresponding atomic orbitals. Here are the two curves this curve is for bonding molecular orbital and this is for anti-bonding molecular orbital. The probability distribution curve. Here in case of bonding molecular orbital, the electron density is present in between the center of two nuclei. Therefore, the bonding molecular orbital is more stable as compared to anti-bonding molecular orbital. In anti-bonding molecular orbital, you can see that there is a region called as node. What is meant by node? Node is nothing but the region or space where probability of finding an electron is negligible or zero is called as node. Now next point is how bonding molecular orbital and anti-bonding molecular orbitals are formed. First, how the sigma 1s and sigma anti-bonding molecular orbital are formed. This type of bonding molecular are formed by combination of two s orbitals. As we know that by combination of s orbital, the formation of sigma bond takes place. If the two atomic orbitals having lobes having same sign means they overlap in phase, then sigma bonding molecular orbital is formed, and if these two atomic orbital overlaps in out of phase, then sigma antibonding molecular orbital is formed. Then combination of two px orbitals. Here two 2px atomic orbital overlap axially. They overlap in axial manner. If the lobes are in phase, means the positive sign of one atomic orbital overlaps with positive sign of another atomic orbital. This type of overlapping is called as in phase overlapping, and the molecular orbital is called as sigma bonding molecular orbital. And if they overlap in out of phase, means one atomic orbitals having positive lobe and another is having negative lobe, this type of overlap is called as out of phase, and such type of molecular orbital is called as anti-bonding molecular orbital. Then combination, how pi py and pi z molecular orbitals are formed. These 2py and 2pz, or when two 2py atomic orbital overlaps, the 2py and 2pz atomic orbital overlaps laterally or sidewise. If they overlap in phase, then pi bonding molecular orbital is formed, and when they overlap out of phase, then pi antibonding molecular orbitals are formed. In this way, the formation of bonding molecular orbital and anti-bonding molecular orbital takes place. Then next point is molecular orbital diagram of oxygen molecule and nitrogen molecule. Up to atomic number 7, the energy order follows the like this nitrogen molecule, and after 7 follows the energy order like the oxygen molecule. First consider the MO diagram of nitrogen molecule. Here the two nitrogen atom. As we know that nitrogen atom having atomic number 7, having electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2 and 2p3. Now 2s atomic orbital of one nitrogen atom overlap with 2s atomic orbital of other nitrogen atom, then there is formation of sigma bonding molecular orbital and sigma antibonding 2s molecular orbital. Here there are total 4 electrons. 2 electrons goes to the sigma 2s bonding molecular orbital and remaining goes to the sigma antibonding molecular orbital. Now this 2p atomic orbital of one nitrogen atom overlaps with 2p atomic orbital of other nitrogen atom. Then there is formation of pi 2px and pi 2py bonding molecular orbital, sigma 2pz bonding molecular orbital, and pi antibonding 2px and pi antibonding 2py and sigma antibonding 2pz molecular orbital. Here there are total number of 6 electrons. 4 electron goes to the pi bonding 2px 2x and pi bonding 2py molecular orbital, and remaining 2 goes to the sigma bonding 2pz molecular orbital. Now from the molecular orbital diagram, if we see the molecular orbital diagram of nitrogen molecule, it can be seen that all the electrons in molecular orbitals are paired up. There is no unpaired electron in nitrogen molecule. Therefore, nitrogen molecule is diamagnetic in nature. Then, how many bonds are present between these two nitrogen atoms? It can be calculated by bond order. What is meant by bond order? Bond order is nothing but the number of electrons present in bonding molecular orbital. How many electrons are present in bonding molecular orbitals minus number of electrons in anti-bonding molecular orbitals divided by 2. Here in case of bonding molecular orbitals, there are 2, 4, 6 and 8 electrons are present, minus in anti-bonding 2. 8 minus 2, 6 divided by 2 equal to 3. It means that in between two nitrogen atom there is 3 bonds are present, means bond order of nitrogen molecule is 3. Then the molecular orbital diagram of oxygen molecule. As we know that 1s atomic orbital of both the oxygen atom does not contribute to the bonding because they are deeply buried or they are present inside the shell. Then 2s atomic orbital of one oxygen atom overlaps with 2s atomic orbital of other oxygen atom. Then sigma bonding molecular orbitals are formed and sigma antibonding molecular orbitals are formed, similar to nitrogen atom. Here also presence of 4 electrons. 2 electrons goes to sigma bonding molecular orbital and remaining 2 goes to the sigma antibonding molecular orbital. But what is the difference between this? Here sigma bonding 2pz, the energy of sigma bonding 2pz is lower as compared to nitrogen molecule. Here 2p atomic orbital of one oxygen atom overlaps with 2p atomic orbital of another oxygen atom and forms the following bonding molecular orbitals and this anti-bonding molecular orbitals. Here total number of 8 electrons. 2 electrons goes into sigma bonding 2p atomic molecular orbital, and remaining 4 electron goes to pi to px and pi to py bonding molecular orbitals, and remaining 2 goes to pi anti-bonding 2px and pi anti-bonding 2py molecular orbital. So as we see in the molecular orbital diagram oxygen molecule, it can be seen that there is presence of 2 unpaired electron in pi anti-bonding 2px and pi anti-bonding 2py molecular orbital. Therefore, this oxygen molecule is paramagnetic in nature. This is the advantage of molecular orbital theory over valence bond theory. In the similar way, we can calculate the bond order of oxygen molecule. By calculating bond order of oxygen molecule, we can predict how many bonds are present in the oxygen molecule. Then next, the molecular orbital diagram of heteronuclear diatomic molecule, that is hydrogen fluoride molecule. There are 2 atoms, one is hydrogen atom and another is fluorine atom. Hydrogen atom having electronic configuration 1s1, whereas fluorine atom having electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p5. The 1s atomic orbital of hydrogen atom does not overlap with 1s atomic orbital of this fluorine atom because the energy difference between these two atomic orbital is very high. Therefore, the 1s atomic orbital of this hydrogen atom is overlapped with 2p atomic orbital of fluorine atom because the energy difference between this 1s atomic orbital and 2p atomic orbital of fluorine atom is comparable. Now this they form sigma bonding molecular orbital and sigma antibonding molecular orbital. One electron from hydrogen atom and one electron from fluorine atom goes to the sigma bonding molecular orbital. The remaining 2px and 2p are bonding molecular atomic orbital does not take mark in bonding and they remain as it is on non-bonding atomic or molecular orbital. This is all about the few points of molecular orbital theory. Thank you.
Stay home, stay safe. Thank you for watching our video.